Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this beautiful candy cane manicure using dip powder and stamping, so let's get right into the video. Before I apply the dip powder, I'm going to go in with my Hollow Taco Peely base for easy removal, and I like to do this step because personally I don't like to soak off my dip nails. I think it is a hassle, and this is just a lot easier for me, and this peel-off base coat works great, and it is my current favorite at the moment. So I'm just going to apply a thin, even layer of this to all of the nails, and then let that dry completely before going in with the dip powder. And for my dip powder color, I'm going to be using Santa Baby from Sparkle & Co. And this is from their limited edition iridescent collection. And I'm also going to be using my Sparkle & Co. Base Bond Liquid to get the dip powder application. And I'm also going to be using this clear dip container, which is an optional step, but I think that it makes the dip powder application a lot easier. So I'm going to pour some of my color powder into the clear dip container, and then with my base bond, I'm going to apply a thin, even layer of this to all of my nails, and it is really important to apply a really thin layer because this helps get an even dip application. And immediately after, I'm going to dip into the colored powder and then tap off any excess on the skin and nails. And I'm going to repeat that process on all of my nails. So again, I'm just going to apply a nice thin layer of base to the entire nail, and then while that is still wet, I'm going to dip into the powder. And I actually let this nail dry a little bit too long, so some of the areas on the nail didn't get covered, but I will fix that with the second coat. So I'm going to finish up the first coat on all of my nails, and then once that is dry, I will go in for a second coat to get full opacity. So after dipping all of my nails, I brushed off any excess, and now I'm applying a second coat to get full opacity. So I'm repeating the exact same steps as before, and I sped these clips up so you don't have to sit through the whole application, but basically it's the same exact process as the first layer, and you really want to make sure to cover any areas that you may have missed on the first coat to get a nice full coverage effect. And I'm just going to wrap up the second coat. And once I am done with my dip powder, I'm going to pour it back into the jar, and this helps me reuse all of the powder that I didn't use the first time, so I can use the powder again. And now I'm going in with DP90, which is crystal clear, as well as my mini clear spoon from Sparkle & Co. And I'm going to do a clear encapsulation over all of the nails to protect the glitter from filing. So basically the point of this step is to protect the glitter and shine on the nails from filing so that you don't file all of that away when you're trying to make the nail nice and smooth. So I'm just applying a thin, even layer of base to the entire nail, and then with my spoon, I'm going to sprinkle the clear over top so that I don't contaminate my clear powder. And after the clear encapsulation on all of my nails, I'm going to pour any of the excess clear back into the container so I can reuse it again. And after my dip application is complete, I'm going to go in with Sparkle & Co. Solidify, which is the activating liquid, and I apply a generous layer of this to all of the nails to harden them up and make them ready for filing. So what this does is it hardens up the glue, which is the base bond, and it hardens up all of the powder layers so that when we file, chunks of it don't come off. And after letting the activator dry for a few minutes, I'm going to go in with my Model 1's buffer, and I'm going to use the finer side to smooth out the surface of the nail. So I'm first going to start off by going around the cuticle area, and I'm going to make it nice and flush with my natural nail, and then I'm going over the middle of the nail from left to right to get a smooth, even surface, and then I turn my file vertically and I file towards the tip to get a nice structure. And I repeat that on all of the nails, and then I take the file on the rougher side, and I'm going to go along the free edge and sidewalls to perfect my shape, and this will take away any of the little pieces that might be sticking out and making a rough surface, so it is a crucial step. And now I'm cleansing my nails with some alcohol and a manicure brush, and it is now time to go in with the stamping. So I'm using my MO53 plate from Maniology, and I'm going to be using these straight lines right here. So you always want to remove the blue film on your stamping plates, otherwise it won't work. So I'm just doing that right here. And before I go in with the stamping, I'm going to apply my Lace Liquid Latex from Twinkled Tea. And this is a latex barrier that will protect the skin around the nails from the stamping. And this isn't a necessary step, I just recommend it because I don't like to do a ton of cleanup. So I'm going to just apply a thin layer of this around my nails to help protect and save time when cleaning up around the nails. And then I'm going to let that completely dry before starting the stamping. And for the stamping, I'm using my Twinkled Tea white polish. I'm also going to be using my Born Pretty clear stamper. And finally, this is a key step. I like to go in with the American Classics Yellow Stopper. And this is a sticky base that helps the stamping apply to the dip powder, and otherwise it might sort of pull off and dry too fast. So I like to do this because it adds a little bit of a sticky layer for the stamping to adhere to. And now I'm just picking up varying sizes of the lines, and I'm going to place them diagonally going across the nail. So all I do is I apply a little bit of polish to the design, scrape it with my scraper, pick it up with my stamper, and then I press it firmly onto the nail to transfer the design. And I alternated from the skinny line to the medium thickness line to sort of just give it a little bit of texture and variety. And I'm just going to repeat the stamping on all of my nails. And I found that a helpful tip to get these stamping lines as straight as possible was to roll the stamper in the direction of the line. So you can see here that after I scrape off the polish, I roll the stamper in the direction of the line, and that helps me get as straight of a line as possible. And sometimes when pressing the lines onto the nail, they get a little bit wonky due to the curvature, but I tried my best to make them as straight as possible. And I'm just going to finish up my stamping, and I didn't show all of my nails, but I repeated this process on every nail to get a beautiful candy cane effect. And now with a cleanup brush and some acetone, I'm just separating the stamping from the latex and my nail, and then I'm going to peel off the latex to reveal a nice clean surrounding skin area. And here are the nails after I finished stamping, and I also went around the edges and cleaned up with some acetone. And now to finish off the design, I'm going to go in with my Maniology No Smudge top coat, and this is a really great top coat to apply over stamping because it doesn't smear it over the base color and it keeps it nice and crisp. And this is my first time trying this top coat out, but I actually really like it and can't recommend it enough, so I will be sure to leave it below as well as all of the other products I used in this video. And I applied 2 coats of this to get a nice and glossy finish. And here is my finished candy cane dip powder nails. I really like how these turned out, and they are perfect for the holidays and Christmas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.